It's Kassy, artist in residence with Imagine. Today I'll show you how I made this sweet bear card using a tone-on-tone background. I'm using a stamp set from Concord in 9th called Hugs, and it's so sweet. I love the bear. I'm starting with the plain red cardstock, and I've chosen the Hugs sentiment from that stamp set, and I'm just going to create a tone-on-tone background using Memento ink in Ladybug on this red cardstock. And I'm just placing the word Hugs in all different directions and all over the base of this cardstock. Sometimes I forget that you can use just any old stamp to create a very cool and interesting background. You don't always have to have a background stamp. So I thought that this would be a fun time to do this. The next thing I'm going to do is stamp with Clair ink in Acorn the outline of that bear, and then the sign will be inked in the Clair ink in Nocturne, which is my new favorite black. So then I'm going to stamp this on the white cardstock, and you'll see I have a very nice crisp image every single time with this great new ink. So I really wanted to watercolor this bear, so I'm using Sahara Sand in the VersaMagic line and the pearlescent beige in the Brilliance line, and I just spritzed a little bit of water onto each of them. And now I am using the pearlescent beige first, which is that lighter brown, to cover the entire bear and just give him a nice even light brown base. And then I'm going to go back over it with the Sahara Sand, and I'm just going to go in and do some highlighting where the shadows and where the darker parts of the bear are. I'm not using watercolor paper. I probably should be, but it does still blend pretty well on just plain white cardstock. I'm using my finger to kind of move that ink around. I do find that I'm reaching for these types of inks often when I want to create a watercolor effect. I really like the way the Brilliance dries and leaves a nice shimmery sheen to the finished piece. So there is my bear with a little bit of detail. And next I'm going to take the Memento marker in Tuxedo Black and just color in the post for the bear sign. And then I'm going to get the Pico Embellisher in black, and I'm going to give him black raised eyes. I really like using Pico Embellisher because it does give your project a little bit of dimension, and it's glossy, and so that combination works really well for a lot of things. So I gave him black eyes, and I've decided to cut out his snout. So I made a copy of this bear and cut out his snout and the bear sign just to give it a little raise it and to give it a little dimension. So I've used a detail brush to color in that nose just to make it go with the eyes a little bit better, and I'm putting a pop dot down and then sticking that snout on there so he sticks out. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the bear sign, putting some pop dots on the back of it and sticking it down on top of the other sign. After I'm done with this, I'm going to fussy cut that bear so he can sit nicely on top of that red cardstock. I just love the look of this bear. The Concord and 9th stamp set here is very cute, and there are a lot of cute sentiments in it as well. So there's my bear all cut out. And next I found some washi tape that I thought worked pretty well for this card. It's nice black and white diagonal stripe. So I'm just going to use it kind of like a ribbon and place it in the bottom corner, or I'm sorry, the bottom third. Then I'm going to use the Hugs stamp and stamp it in Clair Nocturne and heat emboss it with black so it's raised and glossy. Then I'm putting pop dots on the back of that, and I'm going to stick that down on my red card base. And then I'm doing the same thing with the bear that I've cut out. I'm going to get the pop dots on him all over and then stick him down next to the Hugs there. And then after this I'm going to take some tear tape and put it on the back of the red cardstock so I can stick it to the card base. And after that is done, I found some enamel dots from my mind's eye in black and gold and white, and so I'm choosing the black dots and hearts. I'm putting one heart in the middle, and then I'm putting 2 black dots on either side underneath that hugs sentiment there. And then off camera I added that little red rhinestone heart into his hand, which you'll see in a moment. And that is my project for today. Thank you so much for watching. For more inspiration, please visit imaginecrafts.com.